connecting you to our community, 11 Connects. Welcome to 11 Connects. I'm your host, Jen Lennon. Today I'm joined by Jennifer Mendenhall. She is the Wellness Director for Stonecreek of Flying Horse. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for having me today.
Well, it is great to have you here, and I'm excited to talk to you because I want to dig into the fact that for seniors and for residents at Stonecreek, it's much more than just a building to live in. It's about living life. So tell me, as Wellness Director, what you do for residents.
Well, Jen, it's really about expanding on their lives that they've had and, creating the best years of their lives moving forward. It is definitely more than a building. It's encompassing their medical care, their spiritual, their emotional, and making sure that all of their needs are met every single day.
So let's expand on each one of those areas a little bit. Physical, as Wellness Director, what do you make sure is handled so that life is simpler?
So every resident that moves in has an assessment that's completed on them to establish what their needs are and how we can meet those needs. So I would go out and meet with the residents in their homes or in the community to assess what their needs are. What are their daily needs? What assistance might they need from our care staff? Their medications, and just the oversight that we would provide. And then after that's completed, we put together an assessment and a service plan so that our staff at Stonecreek of Flying Horse know exactly what that resident needs and can do that for them every single day.
Well, such peace of mind for the resident's family. And let's talk about then, once you're living at Stonecreek at Flying Horse, let's talk about that social emotional piece, a very challenging year. So how do you support residents that way?
So, with COVID, we've definitely, we've been hit a little bit harder with COVID and trying to find alternative ways to meet those emotional and social needs for those residents. A lot of our staff, nursing, care staff, frontline staff have moved in and provided that emotional piece. With families not being able to come into the communities in the beginning of COVID, staff played that role, sitting with our residents, talking with our residents, being that family member that could be here in times when others couldn't, not just for for the residents, but our families as well, and keeping that communication piece open. It's really important to sit down and hear what they have to say and be able to help them when they have those needs that arise. Activities and dining, opening up those doors for them, encouraging them to be social with other residents and activities just to keep them engaged and give them something to distract maybe with what's going on in the outside world with COVID has been really beneficial.
And I know you've been thinking outside of the box. Share a few of these unique activities you're creating for residents.
So, a lot of places have, the bingo and coloring and things like that, but we're really looking outside of the box, trying to create something that appeals to all of our senses. And one thing that's super important is interaction. Some of the things that we have our memory care coordinator doing, he's bringing in drones, and we're building racetracks so we can do things it's more for the residents to engage in different things that they would see in the outside, to see outside the community, and be able to engage in those activities. So it's more than just sitting at a table, coloring, doing bingo. I mean, we still have all of that as well to engage the residents, but I want to bring out more of all of their senses. So, we're cooking bread and we're doing things that residents really will benefit so that their cognitive piece stays intact a little bit longer.
Wonderful. And I know you're supporting spiritual as well. We could go into that, but we're out of time for today. But I do know if folks want more information about Stonecreek at Flying Horse, they can certainly head to the website and book a tour or book a conversation. So thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you so much.